Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for clicking on how to get out of the rat race with Airbnb. I want to share with you guys some proven techniques and some proven data that shows how Blair and I and my family live the lifestyle we do off of Airbnb. So let's get going here. Get out of the rat race. Let's do it. Guys, life starts at 250 grand a year. If you aren't making 250 grand a year and you desire to make more, then you really need to evaluate some things. And I want to share with you and show you here in the next few slides on how you can do this with just having 8 Airbnbs. Not a massive real estate portfolio of 40, 50, 60 houses. Just 8. Before I move on, I want to show you guys a few pictures of my kiddos here. There we go. Click, boom, kiddos. That's us. Guys, we travel 2-3 times a year, depending on the kids' schedules. We're in Breckenridge, Colorado, Indian Rocks Beach. Mama wants to go to Jamaica for our 20th. We were in Barcelona in Spain. My daughter's actually going back to Spain. We got all sorts of cool stuff going on, guys, all paid through real estate, by the way. That is the only way I am able to afford these things that we do. Guys, I was working 3 jobs, 3 in my 20s, my early 20s. I was working my 9 to 5 for the family company. Then I was at Buffalo Wild Wings for 4 or 5 hours and as a cook, eating fried chicken, drinking Red Bulls. Then after that, I would go detail some cars for another family member. So I was literally, adrenaline and ambition was keeping me going. And being a family man, a young family man, helped me do that. But guys, I get it. My living expenses were out of control compared to my income. And I wasn't living lavishly. It was just the cost of everything. You just can't hack it with a job anymore. That job, man, it's just almost impossible. You have to have multiple sources of income. Where are you at financially? Have you achieved that that heightened level of financial success that you desire? And if you haven't, we need to talk. Let's have that conversation. I want to help you get where you need to be. Maybe you're only making 50 grand a year and you need to be at 100. Or you need to be at 100, or excuse me, you're making 100 and you need to get to 200. Let's do it. I'm telling you, this is the way to do it. Guys, I see the light. I see the light with short-term rental. You can have massive cash flow and create generational wealth. So Google generational wealth. But what that is it's leaving a legacy behind for your family's family so that they all can reap the benefits of this. Guys, I've done flipping, I've done wholesaling, I've done long-term rental, I've done land deals, I've done trailer, I've done over 1,000 real estate transactions. And guess what? If I had to do it all over again, all I would focus on is short-term rental because of the massive cash flow that you create every month and then you're getting someone else to pay down your asset. How much money can I make with Airbnb? This is a very, very common question that I get. Okay, I'm going to show you. This is a property I have, 412 St. Joe in O'Fallon, Missouri. All in, I was at $200K. So purchase price and then the stock. When I say stock, I mean like kitchen stock, furniture, decor, patio furniture, all those types of things, right? This property on an annual basis does $55,000 a year. Yes. Or at a long-term scenario with the same property, it would only do $18,000. My net on this sucker is 28 grand a year. That's over $2,000 a month. Okay? If you were to keep this property for 10 years, you'd make 280 grand off one property. That's more than what you paid for it. Let's say in those same 10 years, inflation and appreciation will do what it's done in the past 70 to 80 years and continue to go up. Your debt on the property is going to be $97,000 because my guests are paying that debt down, and it's going to be worth $342,000. So the difference is $245,000. Add that to the $280,000, you get almost a little over $500,000 with one asset. Guys, this beats the shit out of any IRA or 401k by just having one. I read a statistic the other day that you need $1.4 million to comfortably retire at the age of 65. Well, guess what? You only got to do 3 of these. I'm serious. And then maybe you're not even retired. Maybe just keep them. Maybe triple the money that you're making. But let's go. I'm going to show you a couple more here. Here we go. 149 Hollow Creek, St. Peters, Missouri. This is an arbitrage deal. Okay, so this one here, I'm renting from a friend of mine. My rent's $1,750 a month. My expenses are $900. I'm grossing $2,600 a month. Excuse me. My net is $2,600 a month. This is a screenshot of a slow season booking. Airbnb sent me a wire, or an ACH, I guess you call it, $10,506.32 minus those 2 months of expenses. I made over $5,000 in those 2 months. 310 Pilgrim, Wentzville, Missouri. I paid $90. Go ahead and look it up, guys. I'm on the tax records. One of my LLCs owns this. The reno and the stock was $35,000. My payment's $645 a month. That's it. Expenses are more than that, $940. My net is $2,300. Look at what we did in a slow season booking right here, $3,900. Tell me you can't make money with this, guys. I got some commonly asked questions I want to run through now. How do I figure the right property in the right location? It's a very important question. Well, rule number 1 and rule number 2 is, does the city allow it and does the HOA allow it? If you're good there, you keep moving forward. The next thing you need to do is have as many bedrooms as you can or as many living spaces. So if we can take a creative space in the bedroom and turn it in, or excuse me, a creative space in the basement and turn it into a bedroom, you're good to go. So now you could have 4 bedrooms in the house is only a 3. So let's get a pull-out couch in there. Let's make sure we have at least 2 or 3 bathrooms. That is a big one because people getting ready for weddings that are traveling into town, especially if they're ladies, they need more than 1 bathroom. So if you got a 3-bed, 1 bath, that's a no-go for me. 3-bed, 2-bath and above, that's the sweet spot. If you really want to go crazy, 5-bedroom, 4-bath houses, similar concept to what I showed you a few minutes ago. Is it local or out of state? Your first one, your second one, your third one needs to be local. If you're not going to hire a property management company and you're going to do this yourself, and I can argue from the automated guys all day long that this one needs to be local to you. Does it need rehab or is it ready to go? Do you know how to rehab? Are you going to spend 6 months rehabbing the property and making it look cute and spending all that money every single month on taxes, insurance, and mortgage payments, and all that money's out the window? That's something to think about, guys. Sometimes it's better to just get a property that's a semi-good deal, but it's ready to go. You can furnish it and be live in a couple of weeks. How much money do I need? Well, that depends on you. What's your current means? Are you thinking arbitrage or ownership? Your typical arbitrage deal, you can get going for probably $12,000 to $18,000, depending on the area and depending on how much the security deposit is and the first month's rent. But on bigger deals, or when you're purchasing a house, you also have to include your down payment on that. So when you do get a loan, let's say it's a $250,000 house and you might need 20% down. Well, that's $50,000. So you might need to bring in a private equity partner that gets a little sliver and some interest on his money. Could be a good thing to consider. How do I stock the house? I'm terrible at decorating. How do I do this, Matt? This one's actually pretty easy. My wife and I got this down to a science. So we actually, for all of our students that run through our programs, we give a detailed punch list. So you can literally click the link and order it straight from Amazon or Target or Walmart. Only one we're going to have you do is focus in on Facebook Marketplace and Facebook on how to get furniture like couches and bigger items that we get for 10 cents on the dollar. Or sometimes we get them given away. I picked up 2 pianos last week that were given to me. Why do you want a piano, Matt? Well, I don't want a piano, but it's a box to check on Airbnb's site. So I want to put a piano in some houses. Maybe they want to play. How long before I see a return on my investment? We'll help you run these numbers. This is a big one. It really just depends. If it's the right deal, then it could be sooner. But if you are going to, buy $1.5 million property that could take 18 months, 24 months before you see the ROI on your down payment. But understand that you put money down in on that asset. So it's all relative when we talk about this. Arbitrage is the fastest way to make a good ROI. Well, I've seen students make an ROI back in 3 to 4 months off of doing this. How long before after the class gets started will I see or get a property? Well, this ultimately depends on you. If you're not an action taker, then obviously I don't want you as a student because that'll tarnish my reputation. If you are an action taker, you could see something within a week. Yes, a week. I've had people run through our program and then have gotten a deal within a week up on the hosting sites by the end of the month. I'm going to bust out a couple of myths here too, guys. And you can Google all of these. You're going to see all sorts of gurus talking about them. But here's the deal. It's easy. No, it's not freaking easy. Real estate is hard work. I'll debunk that all day long. It's a passive investment. Complete horseshit. It is not a passive investment. This is something that you have to work at. I don't care if it's 2 hours a week or 10 hours a week, but there is work involved, especially in the beginning. So the only way this is passive is if you send money to somebody and hope that they do a good job with it. That's the definition of passive. And then they're going to be paying you on a monthly basis. I don't need any money to get into real estate. Or you don't need any money to get into real estate. That's another BS line. Yes, you need some money. Whether it's yours or a private partner. And we can teach you how to get a private equity partner. But you're going to need money to get into this business. It's risky. A friend of mine lost all their money. Well, I'm sure they did, but Uncle Bob shouldn't have rented to his brother, Uncle Joe. And then they got into a fist fight in the front yard, and they never paid rent. And it took him 6 months to get him out of the house. Guys, I've heard these weird stories all the time. Yes, that stuff does happen, and this is less risky than some of the other traditional investments, like having a JOB and a 401k. I did say that. This is less risky than that, because I can plan my future accordingly. But if you have a job, that employer could fire you right now. And I'm sorry, but you are replaceable. Everybody is, even me. Here's what I can teach you that others can't. How you can take one affordable suburban house and turn it into a cash machine as shown earlier. How to use the same house to outpace any 401k or any IRA that you have. How to make multiple 6 figures with that same suburban house. But in order for this to happen, you need to be an action taker. Me or anybody else can't do this for you. If you're willing to put in the work, then I'm willing to coach you. Let's listen to a couple client testimonials. I'm going to click on these, so bear with me. We're going to pull some stuff up. This is right after a class, so you tell me what they think. This is Gray. Awesome guy.
All right, Gray, tell us today what your biggest takeaways were from the course.
For sure. So I think just sitting down trying to think of the takeaways, I think is a testimony in itself because I cannot think of a single one. I kind of think the saying soup to nuts is a little silly, but today was literally, we went over acquisitions, where to buy outside markets around the St. Louis area where we're at, went over the numbers, how to set up the house, went through all the checklists of what to put in all the rooms. The most important things to be ranked on Airbnb with Superhost, everything going through that. Just the numbers, the opportunities, literally everything. Like I just feel so armed to get into short-term rental. Literally just need to give me a property to do it with, and then I'm armed and ready to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how the value you got today for what you paid for the course, the Airbnb masterclass, do you feel that it met your value or exceeded your value?
Absolutely, I'd say exceeded just because of the cash flow opportunity just in general, short-term rental, being able to recoup that, but just even think about your time. Just the full day we spend here, just how much time saving there is in that,
Awesome.
With self-research and mistakes and everything, just learning from experience.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for attending. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, guys, here's another one. This is Kyle.
So what was your biggest takeaway today from the course?
Yeah, so I would say that basically we got a lot of information given to us today, so there's definitely some things we'll have to sit down and kind of review over, but biggest takeaway was really just making sure that we are actually prepared to get this Airbnb ready. There's a lot of things that we necessarily didn't think about, so I think that's super cool, and also learning about how to we actually make this to where it's a little bit more hands off. So I think that's definitely awesome. Gotten some golden nuggets on that, and really appreciate the course.
Cool, man. Did you feel you got your money's worth from today?
Absolutely. I think that Matt definitely delivered on everything as far as information, expectations, and what we thought we were getting for sure. So
Fantastic.
I appreciate it.
All right, one more. This is Dina.
Cool. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you. So what did you learn today? What was your favorite takeaway from this class?
I really love the handouts because
Okay.
that's a very good visual for me of exactly what I need to do. I also like how you broke it down, all the how-tos. I really feel a lot more confident in moving forward, and I feel like in the next week or so I could get my own property
That's
with
awesome.
the tools that I learned today. So
Nice. That's
yeah.
awesome. Cool. Well, did you feel like you got your money's worth
I
spent
do.
here?
I do.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming,
Yeah.
and that was
All right, guys. So that was just 3 of 30, I believe, that came through this course here. Now let's click back on the screen here. So, all right. Next step, guys. If you are interested in getting Sam, you're gonna need to cut this out here. Just kind of made a mistake. If you guys like what you heard and you're ready to book a call, then let's go. I'm gonna ask you for a little bit of info, so make sure you fill all that stuff out. Make sure you answer all those questions. And please note that this is for action takers. So people that want to make a change in their financial future and make a difference for their families and level up their game. Creating generational wealth is the most rewarding thing that you can do for yourself and your family. Here's my disclaimer. Guys, my time is valuable and your time is valuable. So if you book this call, please make sure you book it in a time that works for you. And if you have the intention of changing that time or changing the date, please don't book the call. Please show up 5 minutes early. Generally, I'm in there 2 or 3 minutes ahead of time. Please have your mic on. Please have your video on. We have 30 minutes, so please bring as many questions as you can possibly think of around the Airbnb space. I want to be able to help you. I want to hit those questions. My business mentor, Brandon Dawson, always says the quality of your questions is going to determine the quality of your answers. So let's get it. So I look forward to helping you achieve your financial goals and your heightened level of success. So let's go. Let's get after it. I look forward to booking a call with you.